Hey, I'm going to show you how I did Inachaus solo. It's nothing special, pretty repetitive. I didn't record audio because I was not certain that I'm able to get any single run. I'm not going to be talking to myself for an hour. We do that in my head enough. But yeah, I was getting pretty tired at this point. Like, I had what I needed to do down, but I kept on dying to stupid things. Talking with his own chat, best way to relieve. But yeah, the idea is to just get damage through double shots and spears. Don't get hit with a ranged. You can get as close as you want to the spider as long as you keep on moving. The ranged shot won't be able to hit you. Unless he's really close and you don't move diagonally. But yeah, that's not a problem. You can notice it and get out of the way. I'm not sure why I threw a totem there. It was entirely unnecessary. I decided it was better to just out-heal the damage than use totems. Because the range shot complicated things way too much. I would either have to like pull him out of the totem range and use it as a dodger, or risk getting shot with a melee from way too close when I'm not already moving. Which is not on my to-do list. There will be lots of sacrificing efficiency for comfort in this run. I'm not trying to play perfectly or quickly or whatever. I'm mostly trying to save on potions because I've been using way too many. But yeah. Getting webbed isn't that bad as long as you... Like, if you get webbed and you only take one hit, it's the same thing as willingly taking a shot. I got hit again so that I can move this timer back. I had a feeling that the range shot wouldn't come this early, and I ran with it. Also sets me up for the next kites a bit better. Not kites, I'm not kiting. But yeah, I value the double shots quite a bit. I could be slightly closer and get a double shot there. But yeah. I actually wanted to get to in range because I would die to something stupid in range. I'd be like, wait, let me try again. And then I'd have to go through this, which is completely boring. Doing in range at first, I was trying to actually like play properly. What I mean is not just running around the whole time. Because if you run in a straight line, you shouldn't be able to get hit with a range shot. It's tempting. But there's also a high cast time on the shots. So he's not quite able to like, you can get plenty of casts in even when he's in range. He doesn't run right up to you and get you hit. But the problem is that if you're not constantly moving, you have to make sure you start moving when the in range happens. And I don't trust my reaction time to be fast enough. So I just decided to constantly move, apart from when he had just shot the range shot, and I could be more confident in the fact. Although even when I knew there was no range shot, for some reason I continued running. Call it muscle memory. Over here I'm worried about a range shot, so I'm moving diagonally. If you don't move diagonally, it's possible that you get caught in like a 2 in a row. And then you get webbed, where you could have moved enough blocks, but you did it wrong. Although I'm pretty slow, I don't usually get the diagonal correctly. Like, I often move 2 and then go 1 down. There's a name for that, where when you find something that works, so you stop improving it. What's that called? Nice triple hit there. You can get triple hits with the spear correctly, consistently when there's a mob moving towards you. They have to be. I think there's 2 different points where it might work. Yeah, 1 for each. I think there's 2 different points. I could start working on that. I haven't given it too much thought. What I wanted to do here was get webbed while far away. He walks up to me, hits me once, but isn't able to hit me the second time because he had to waste web time getting up to me. But it was never going to work. The timing was off. If you do the quick moving well enough, you can just always be right next to the spider. And it's not a problem. Unless you get webbed, then he's guaranteed to get 2 or even 3 shots on you. But considering you manage webs well, you can be as close as you like. Also just move diagonally for safety. You can also get double hits if you're moving up or down while he's right next to you, running along you. But yeah, now it's just hiding. Very tedious. I'll probably go off on a tangent because there's nothing to talk about. What I will mention is the fact that if I have both totems up, I like to use the ice totem first, because then I'm able to cast, because the ice totem expires quicker and has a higher cooldown and a higher cost. You'd be like, why would you use the bad totem first? That means you have to use it more often. And yeah, it is more mana inefficient, which is a shame. But what I can do is, after using the ice totem, I can throw the frost totem somewhere far away so that its cooldown also starts running down. And then I can just get a hit because it lasts quite a bit longer. I can throw it far away, then just walk up to it, get a hit. And then my next cycle will be much more comfortable. So even if something goes wrong, I know I have enough time to do it right without having to go to extreme measures like using a book or doing some acrobatics to get the totem hit after it gets missed the first time. So it's a bit of a buffer. Like things have to go wrong 2 times in a row for you to actually be in a tough situation. Like most often, I will find a workaround for if he misses my totems. I'll die because I didn't notice he didn't hit my totem. Don't ask how that's possible. They're pretty big. Yeah. I don't know. Ice totem is an extremely disappointing weapon. Apart from what I'm doing right now, there's no reason to use it. Oh, and maybe like Windsor Hold, you want to get some CC up. Shaman and Windsor Hold, I feel like there's 2, like on bosses, it's amazing. Although there's a bug that complicates things. But on mobs, I feel like there's just a few too many. Like certain ways it won't work. Even though you could theoretically be kiting at least 2 mobs. Could you do 3? Probably not. Even with a CDR from healing subs, I don't think you can stack them quick enough. Although if you also take some hits, you don't want to take hits in Highway Windsor Hold. Well, not many. Yeah, no, I wouldn't recommend Shaman for normal Windsor Hold waves. But unlike CC, where there's fewer mobs, it could probably work relatively well. The thing is, even in Windsor Hold, Shaman runs out of mana, it has terrible mana efficiency. Anyway, back to complaining about Ice Totem. One of the reasons it's so bad is that it's only got 58%. Wait, 56 or 58? What was it? 12 times 4? No, that's not right. I don't know. It's either 56 or 58% bonus. Where like a 4-square weapon should have at least 100%. That means that all your bonus armor isn't getting applied. Well, bonus damage from armor. The weapon bonuses are interesting. Have you seen the legacy weapons that had like a bit of heal on them, but it had 100% heal bonus? So if you go heal subs with them, You can probably find them on the wiki. They're so broken. Um, yeah. But Ice Totem is definitely one of the bottom three Foursquare weapons. Which other ones suck? Well, hunters. Like the how long is the how long does the snare trap take? Is it a 20-second cooldown or a 25-second cooldown? It's probably a 25-second one. Wait, no. Mage's is 25. But the Mage Slow is a very good one. Like it does have the long cooldown, but it's redeeming in the fact that you can just take out a whole group and it won't be able to counter you. Although compared to Fighter's 9-second tier, everything is bad. But like Hunter's Snare Trap also has a pretty small area of effect. Considering that it takes 1 second to cast, you have to predict in such a small area. Like Fighter doesn't have to predict, it has a bigger area, and Mage's is instant with the same area. Everything Hunter can do, Mage can do better, I'm gonna be honest. And then the book is just... ugh. I understand the reason it is how it is. The dev has said that he likes the idea of you waiting in ambush somewhere and then coming out of nowhere, especially for like open world PvP whenever we get it. But it's just so much weaker. It ruins dodging because, I mean, realistically, you're probably going to be using it on the multi-shot, which has got the second highest bonus damage, so it benefits from it the second most. Oh wait, no, it has the highest, doesn't it? The top two are the snare trap and the multi-shot. I don't remember what order. A fun thing you can do with books is if you're like doing BB pulls, you can just go somewhere that is in reach of where the pull ends before the tank finishes pulling, use your book, and then by the time they're done pulling, you've already got the next one up, so you can just use 2 books and OT. So even though it's the worst class, you can burst OT pretty much anyone. I do it with my crappy hunter gear. I haven't crafted the epic or the head guard. It's an ethics thing. Not ethics. What's it called? Whatever. But I feel like even in a PvP setting, the ambush wouldn't work because, let's be honest, everyone's going to be using mage or fighter. Say you're traveling from point A to point B and there's a hunter in the way. When you're traveling, you're going to have your rush or teleport in hand. What else would you carry? You're either going to be carrying that or the stun. But you're moving into like enemy territory. You're going to have your escape weapon in. So the hunter throws the ambush. If you're really quick, you can teleport out of the way before it even hits you. But even if you're not, you can just teleport after it hits you. And the hunter won't be able to kill you. You get out, you reset. You likely have heal subs. You're able to heal the crap damage hunter does. And then you know where the hunter is. You've got the advantage because you're using a better class. Although to be fair, by the time we get PvP, hunter will be rebalanced. But if the core skills don't change, I do think it's at a disadvantage because it's not fun to play. It's that simple. The cast times are too long, which is the same problem as mage, but mage is satisfying. It's cool. The only satisfying weapon hunter has is the multi-shot. I love how I'm just going on a rant about how much I hate hunter. Well, I mean, I could tell you what's going on, but do you really need me to? It's pretty self-explanatory. I get webbed every 10 seconds. I get 2 totems every around 10 seconds. I alternate between them. If something goes wrong, I use the book. If the boss gets too close, I move diagonally. It's much more about just being able to do it. It's one of those things where the concept makes sense. Like, obviously it works. But then you got to prove it by doing it, and you're like, ugh, this is taking forever. But yeah. Love shaman, hate mana problems. I got lucky there. I would have used a shield. I could use the frost totem, but then I'd be in a difficult situation for the next rotation. So I just have to use the shield anyway. There I missed one, so I make sure the shot gets shot so I don't get caught off guard. And yeah, book. But yeah, the heel gloves and boots do help with their CDR. Like on Garib, I could play without heal. On Inachaus, I wouldn't, because using like totem cycling before in range is not worth the trouble. Because you either have to pull the spider out of the way and the totem doesn't get any damage, it's just a dodger, or you're in a small area with the totem where you don't know if it's going to shoot you or the totem. You don't know when it's going to happen. Over there, I knew I'd get hit by the tail, but I preferred not to change course because I was worried about getting range shot from a very close area. That blessing was just dumb. Also, there's no reason to use blessing. It does more base heal, but it needs like double the mana. Well, no, 50% more. I would have used the resto in hindsight. Healing myself would take a long time anyway. What was I saying? Damn, I forgot. Oh yeah, about it's much easier just to out heal hits every now and then. But on Garib you can do it without heal. I think. Well, you know when the ranged is, so that's out of the way. It's a shorter fight, but I do think that would work. And you can just place the turns right, since it's a much more formulaic dodge. So you would never get hit. Even if you get hit, you can just potion any mistakes. Yeah, I think if I were to do a Garib solo again, I'll do it without heal. I'll do whatever I can before in range, which would be the hard part, and then in range would be much nicer. If I were very confident in my ability to cast quickly, I could be getting a lot more repeaters off. But I'm worried that I'll get slightly stuck, and then I'll get hit by range spread. But that's not an excuse not to do it when I know the range isn't coming. So there's a lot of room for improvement. Like, I do not need to be constantly running, especially when I know there isn't a ranged. I would have to check if it's possible to move in a way where, like, the spider is right in front of you while in ranged. You are not just holding down the key to move. And the dodge will dodge both a ranged shot and a melee shot. It should exist. I think you can do something similar for Trenland where there's a problem where if you have to double back through him, you can't move up and down because the attack is annoying. I'm talking about Trenland now. If you have to double back through him and he has a range shot, it's possible for him to shoot you on the block you're about to move to on himself, and there's nothing you can do. You just die. I should be able to move slightly later so that I guarantee that he's not going to shoot the block I'm going to. He's going to shoot the block I was on. But then you run the risk of getting hit with a melee if you do it too late. But I should learn that timing if I do want a solo trend. The thing is, to test the theory, you have to wait. You have to go through the whole fight to get to the point where he's enraged, and then risk your life checking it. I've wasted my time on worse things. I always get incredibly wary towards the end of a fight, because that's where I'm most likely to make a mistake. And there. Speak of the devil, I accidentally used a spear instead of a totem. Didn't notice and got myself hit over it. Yeah, I don't know. It's tedious but satisfying in its own way. If I keep this up, I'll accidentally just like ingrain it in my memory and do it on whatever I meet. I still feel like you could save a bit of time on the totems, but it's already at a point where if something goes wrong, I barely make it out, so I wouldn't want to cut it any closer. If I were to improve it, I'll do it by getting more repeaters in, sticking a bit closer to the boss, not just constantly running away, stuff like that.